to part 4 of 90s TV shows that never took off. In this video, we're going to touch on a bunch of teen-centered shows that I know will especially tug at the heartstrings of those of you who experienced your adolescent years during the decade. When you're done watching this video, don't forget to check out parts 1, 2, and 3. Links will be in the description box below. Swans Crossing aired in syndication from June 29, 1992 to September 25, 1992. The series chronicles the travails of a dozen or so upper-crust teens in the fictional East Coast town of Swans Crossing. Sydney Rutledge, played by a future vampire slayer named Buffy, Sarah Michelle Gellar, was the daughter of the town's mayor. They lived right next door to the mayor's political rival and his family. Sydney had a close but secret relationship with the mayor's son, Garrett, played by Shane McDermott, but the parents found out and, in the most extra way, built a literal wall between them and their houses to keep them apart. The couple did break up, but still stayed in the same social group, which made for some quite tense moments. The cast also includes future Academy Award winner Mira Sorvino, playing Sofia DeCastro, and future The Game star Brittany Daniel, playing Mila Rosnovsky. Co-creator, executive producer, and head writer Marty Kravitz called Swans Crossing a fun, whimsical show, probably because we're not dealing with drugs and heavy social issues. We're doing things that I remember being crucial as a teenager: who likes who you think you are in terms of your identity. The 65-episode run ended abruptly, leaving everything open-ended and a lot of viewers confused and disappointed. While the most obvious reason why Swans may have been canceled is low ratings, there are actually several possible reasons. At the end of the show's last episode, there is a message that says, "To be continued. Let us hear from you." Apparently, fans were supposed to write in so that the producers could see how many people were watching the show. Unfortunately, there was no address or phone number after the message, so fans had no idea how to contact the producers. Also, it aired at really ridiculous time slots, so most fans probably weren't watching the last episode anyway. According to cast member Stacey Mosley, who played Callie Walker, the show's cancellation had more to do with politics and business deals than anything else. Also, according to a cousin of Tom Carroll, who played JT Adams on the show, she reported some information that relates to Stacey's claims. Tom's cousin knows for a fact that the show had been renewed for another 13 episodes, and she heard a rumor that the producers and networks wanted to switch the time slot to 2:30 p.m. The cast and crew balked at the idea and said they would quit if that happened. So, the show ended. According to Sarah Michelle Gellar, the show was canceled because of monetary problems. The producers tried marketing dolls for the series while it was still on the air. Unfortunately, the dolls bombed, and a lot of money, which went toward the production of the show, was wasted on doll manufacturing and advertisements. Also, Swans was incredibly expensive to put on, and the ratings were just not high enough to produce it on a daily basis. My So-Called Life aired on ABC from August 25, 1994 to January 26, 1995. The groundbreaking teen drama lasted for only one season, but what the producers and actors accomplished in those 19 episodes still speaks to what it means to be a teenager in America. The show portrayed confused and smart teenagers searching for love and acceptance while working through family troubles, substance abuse, homophobia, and unrequited love. At the center of it all is sophomore, 15-year-old Angela Chase, played by Claire Danes, who attends the fictional Liberty High School in a fictional suburb near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, called Three Rivers. Fun fact, Alicia Silverstone was in the running to play Angela. She was ultimately declared, quote, too pretty to play such a confused character by series co-executive producer Marshall Herskovitz, and a 13-year-old Claire Danes, who better fit the awkward teenager role, was chosen instead. Angela lives with her mother Patricia, or Patty, played by Bess Armstrong, father Graham, played by Tom Irwin, and younger sister Danielle, played by Lisa Wilhoit. The object of Angela's affection is twice left back junior Jordan Catalano, played by future Academy Award winner Jared Leto. Fun fact, Jared was originally supposed to appear in just the pilot episode, but his acting and chemistry with Claire impressed producers, and he was upgraded to the main cast. The rest of the cast is made up of the other teens attending school with Angela. Good girl Sharon Shersky is played by Devin Odessa. Troubled Rayanne Graff is played by AJ Langer. Eventually openly gay Enrique Ricky Vasquez is played by Wilson Cruz. And Angela's childhood friend Brian Krakow is played by Devin Gummersall. Fun fact, the character of Ricky Vasquez became the first openly queer character on primetime TV and the first queer character of color. While doing publicity for the show at the time, Wilson made a point of communicating that he was gay in real life. After the cancellation and over the years, the series continued to gain praise from critics. In 2007, it was listed as one of Time's 100 best TV shows of all time. In 2013, TV Guide ranked the series number 2 on its list of 60 shows that were canceled too soon. Fun fact, number 1 is actually one of the shows I'll be talking about in this video. One of the theories for the low ratings it received, which contributed to its eventual cancellation, is its time slot. The show aired on Thursday nights at 8, against hit sitcoms Mad About You and Friends on NBC, as well as Martin and Living Single on Fox. In 1995, Operation Life Support was a short-lived fan campaign to save My So-Called Life when it was on the verge of cancellation, the first online fan campaign undertaken to save a beloved TV show. Fans sent ABC thousands of letters that pleaded with the network executives to renew the show for a second season. Bolstered by fan support, the show was preparing to come back for another season. However, Marshall Hertzkovitz said at the time, Claire and her parents approached the show's creator and told producers that she didn't want to be involved with the show if it continued, citing the arduous shooting schedule. The show was then officially canceled. Although the fan campaign was not successful in getting another season, the surrounding publicity led to MTV airing repeats of the show a month prior, which helped it gain even more exposure. In a 2004 interview with Entertainment Weekly, Claire insisted that she didn't have enough power to cause the cancellation by herself. It's generally accepted that the show's cancellation was a result of a variety of factors, including low ratings and minimal publicity from the network. Creator Winnie Holtzman theorized that the network was so on the fence about renewing the show in the first place that in some ways it used Claire's reluctance to return as a convenient excuse to not renew the series. Malibu Shores aired on NBC from March 9, 1996 to June 1, 1996. The show followed the exploits of two groups of clashing teens living in Southern California, one from the wealthy Malibu crowd and one from the working class valley. It was executive produced by the most prolific television producer in U.S. television history, Aaron Spelling, who'd already achieved 2 other hits so far in the 90s, Beverly Hills 90210 and Melrose Place. The two cultures are personified through 2 star-crossed teenagers. Chloe, played by Kerry Russell, with her beachfront home and convertible BMW, falls for Zach, played by Tony Lucca, with ripped jeans and Chuck Taylors. Due to an act of nature, Zach is transferred to Chloe's school along with his friends, and the remainder of the episodes deal with the encounters between the two groups. The rest of the cast is made up of several actors that achieved much greater success on other projects, including Mighty Morphin Power Rangers' Walter Jones, Buffy the Vampire Slayer's Charisma Carpenter, and Smart Guys and Half's Essence Atkins. Honorable mentions are Aaron Spelling's son, Randy Spelling, as well as Michelle Phillips, who rose to fame as a member of the iconic 60s musical quartet, the Mamas and the Papas. To say the reviews weren't kind would be an understatement. The LA Times flat out said, Malibu Shores is so totally way beyond weird that you can lose IQ points just from watching. The show debuted as a mid-season replacement and was initially picked up for 6 episodes. It drew low ratings though, and was canceled after only airing 10 episodes in total. USA High ran on the USA Network from August 4th, 1997 to June 10th, 1999. The series revolves around 6 friends, 4 Americans, 1 Brit, and 1 German, enrolled at the American Academy of Paris, a boarding school in Paris, France, which is run by a stuffy English principal. Reportedly, USA High was originally conceived to be part of NBC's Saturday morning TNBC lineup. No surprise there, since it was co-created and executive produced by Peter Engel, who's also responsible for many other TNBC shows, including Saved by the Bell, California Dreams, City Guys, and Hang Time. The cast consists of Josh Holland as a blonde surfer dude from California named Jackson Green, Elena Lyons as Lauren Fontaine, the one with a huge crush on Jackson, Marquita Terry as the rich girl with a heart of gold, Winnie Barnes, Thomas Magyar as German hunky jock, Christian Mueller, James Matteo as the class clown of the group, Bobby Lazzarini, and Kristen Miller as the British headmaster's daughter, Ashley Elliott. Headmaster Patrick Elliott is played by Nicholas Guest, And the resident French teacher, Miss Gabrielle Dupree, is played by Angela Visser. Former California Dreams cast member William James Jones was also added in the second season, playing the role of Dwayne Excess Wilson. Since there's literally no information on what caused the cancellation of the show, I'm just gonna go with the standard reason of low ratings. But it's okay, not everything Peter Engel touched had to turn to gold, right? Breaker High ran from September 15th, 1997 to March 30th, 1998. It originated in Canada and the US, airing on YTV in Canada and on UPN's weekday kids block in the United States. The series is set at a high school located on a cruise ship, allowing the episodes to be set in different exotic locations, although it was filmed entirely in Burnaby, British Columbia. It focused on 8 students at the school. Alex Pineda, the athlete, played by Kyle Alisharan. Ashley Dupree, the Southern Belle, played by Terry Kahn. Cassidy Cartwright, the preppy hottie, played by Wendy Kenya. Jimmy Farrell, the class clown, played by Tyler Labine. Max Ballard, the brooding, moody son of the ship's captain, played by Scott Vicarious. Denise Williams, the brainy feminist, played by Persia White. Tamira Goldstein, the misfit, played by Rachel Wilson. And Sean Hanlon, the nerd trying to get the girl, played by Ryan Gosling. Yes, that Ryan Gosling. Junior production company worker Corey Stern created the show when her bosses asked for a companion to the 1994 teen dramedy Sweet Valley High. She pitched the idea for Breaker High and suddenly had an order for 65 episodes, though in the end 44 were made. While the show was able to amass a cult following, that love wasn't reflected in the ratings, so the show was canceled after just 1 season. Teen Angel aired as part of ABC's TGIF Friday night lineup from September 26, 1997 to February 13, 1998. The show follows a 15-year-old high school boy, Steve Beauchamp, played by Corbin Allred, and his recently deceased best friend, Marty DiPolo, played by Mike Damas, who dies from eating a 6-month-old hamburger from under Steve's bed on a dare. Marty is sent back to Earth and hangs around Steve as sort of a guardian angel for him. Marty helps Steve conquer his fear of talking to girls, failing tests, and being unpopular throughout the series. Marty's guide is a large, disembodied head named Rod, played by Ron Glass, who identifies himself as God's cousin. A running gag throughout the series is that Rod is mistaken for God himself. Variety summed up the issue they had with the show quite simply. Main problem is the Saved by the Bell type acting from Damas and Allred. These kids don't have much chemistry, and though Damas does exhibit comic flair, his style tends more towards smart aleck than smart. The series was created and placed in the TGIF lineup by ABC in an attempt to capitalize on the success of another supernatural series for the network, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Along with Sabrina and the also new You Wish, Teen Angel was one of 3 supernatural-themed sitcoms on the TGIF block that season. At the time of the series airing, though, TGIF had already begun to decline. You Wish ended up being canceled after only 13 episodes, and Teen Angel was also canceled after 17 episodes. Freaks and Geeks aired on NBC from September 25, 1999 to October 17, 2000. The show is set in the town of Chippewa, Michigan, a fictional suburb of Detroit. It focuses on teenager Lindsay Weir, played by Linda Cardellini, and her younger brother Sam, played by John Francis Daly, who attend William McKinley High School during the 1980 to 81 school year. Lindsay, in an effort to transform her life as a top student into a rebellious teenager, joins a group of friends who are referred to as the Freaks. Daniel Desario, played by James Franco, Ken Miller, played by Seth Rogen, Nick Andopoulos, played by Jason Segel, and Kim Kelly, played by Busy Phillips, while Sam's friends Neil Schreiber, played by Sam Levine, and Bill Haverchuck, played by Martin Starr, constitute the Geeks. Lindsay's relationships with her new friends and the friction they cause with her parents and her own self-image form one central strand of the show. The other follows Sam and his group of geeky friends as they navigate a different part of the social universe and try to fit in. The series received 3 Emmy Award nominations, winning 1, appeared on Time Magazine's 2007 100 Greatest Shows of All Time list, and ranked number 1 on TV Guide's 2013 list of 60 shows that were canceled too soon. So, what happened? One of the cited reasons for its early cancellation was its inability to gain an audience due to its erratic scheduling and poor time slots. The show was on for 2 weeks, then off for 4 weeks because of the World Series, on for another 6 weeks, then off for 2 months. After the pilot, the ratings for the following episodes were so bad that it became the network's lowest rated show for multiple weeks. Also, NBC and the creative directors of Freaks and Geeks did not have the same vision for the series. After the network picked up the pilot, the president of NBC Entertainment was replaced. The new guy, apparently due to his personal background of attending boarding school, just didn't understand the concept of the public school environment and realistically showcasing life of ordinary teenagers. The disconnect caused the producers to constantly butt heads with the network over scripts and the portrayal of the characters. The writers wanted to do something that would represent the average high school experience, but the network wanted to do something that would make high school seem cool.